what do you think of the president's plan as he has laid it out? Short-term, limited, basically focused on attacking Assad's chemical weapons capability, not regime change.
Well, first of all, I don't like the fact we've given the enemy so much time to take evasive action and to harbor their significant military resources. I think this operation should have been over by now, much less extended for another few weeks. Secondly, I did support the limited action if the objective is to reduce significant military capability. And I was suggesting that Assad would never believed he would use chemical weapons and have to give up his air power. And that is within the means of these kind of instruments that we're doing. Shut down his airfield, shut down his airplanes, shut down the logistic infrastructure, supports all of that. That is still obtainable to a certain degree. But we're going to have to work very hard, I believe, to make this strike very effective. I think it should be tied to something that's strategic in terms of moving the advantage to the opposition forces and not just a punitive measure. And it should be coupled with military aid to the rebel forces, the moderate forces who are leading the attack and are also geographically separated from the jihad forces.
The fact that he has waited now and gone to Congress, in my opinion, has given the Syrians the right to disperse a lot of their assets and will require him now, I think, not just to take a shot across the bow, but to hit the bow. And to hit the bow where the leadership of Syria is, which ordered the chemical weapons attacks that we have evidence killed almost 1,500 people and 426 children. So I'm going to do everything I can to convince my former colleagues, including my amigos McCain and Graham, to strengthen this resolution as much as they can, but then vote for it. Don't let it fail.
Well, that's why you don't have these decisions made by Congress, because there are 535 game plans, and that's why it's so difficult to throw the ball into Congress's court. They don't act with one voice.
You understand what our strategy is for Syria and, more importantly, the threat from Iran?
Well, no, I don't. I mean, I think it's unequivocal where we stand on Syria. The issue with Syria, I think for many of us, has always been about Iran. This is an anchor point for them in terms of regional domination. It means a lot to them. They're all in here. They have their Quds Force and their Revolutionary Guards, and they've never taken forces like that outside the country and intervene. They're here because this is critical to them. Strategically, we have got to keep our eye on that ball. And our strategy dealing with Syria, I think, to date, is quite inadequate, and it will still be inadequate after this strike.
And
I'm sure that our enemies are cheering now as a result of this decision, because they realize it's not clear that the president will get authority, and our allies are worried. And it's not just our allies in the Arab world and Israel. It's not just in the Middle East. It's in Asia, where a lot of countries depend on American strength and credibility. That's why, again, this resolution or something like it has to pass Congress.